Hi guys, welcome back on this channel, and in today's video I will show you how to use a custom indicator in your expert advisor as a signal source. I'm sure that all of you know that you can use your own custom indicators in your expert advisors, and I will show you a very simple way how to connect them together. So this video will have like two parts. It will be one video, but we will divide it into two parts. The first part is creating a very simple custom indicator which will generate entry signals for us, and I will explain to you the crucial steps in that process. And then in the second part, I will move on to creating an expert advisor in which I will use that custom indicator, and I will open positions based on the signals from the custom indicator. So yeah, I hope I've explained it relatively well. If not, just keep watching and everything will be clear to you. Okay, so starting with the custom indicator, the first thing I have to do is to come up with an idea for the custom indicator. Since I want this video to be very simple and I want to focus just only on the crucial things, I don't want to do anything complicated. So what I can do is that I can, for example, use something like two indicators together. So let's use MACD. So this should be fun. And let's also with MACD let's use something like average directional movement index. So this is something I like to use, like not in this combination, but I like to use this ADX indicator very much. And yeah, so that's what I will be using for the custom indicator. And the rules will be very simple. Basically what I will be looking for is that I will be looking for a pullbacks. So ADX is for the trend. So with ADX indicator I will spot the trend. So basically if this yellowish green line is above this pink line, then we are in a bullish trend, and the other way around. Okay, so this is for the trend, and then I will wait for pullbacks. And the pullback, we can see it right here, is something like this. So we are in a bullish trend, and on MACD we go like down, and then we have this crossover to the upside, which will mean buy signal for us. And if I go back, let's find something for a sell signal. So this should be our sell signal. So here we are, we can see that we are in a downtrend based on the ADX indicator. And then on MACD we are looking for the MACD to go from a positive side to a negative side. So at this point we would be selling. Okay, so these are the rules for the custom indicator. So let's head to the MT5 editor and let's code it. Okay, so I'll go to indicators and I will go to my YouTube folder, and right here I will create a new custom indicator called something like EA source. Okay, so this is how I will call it, and I will add how many parameters, because with MACD you have like 3 parameters, with ADX 1 parameter. Okay, so 4 parameters. So let's start with the simple stuff, which is ADX period, and let's set the initial value to 200, and then I will need 3 more. And since I don't remember these settings, I will go here, I'll check the MACD, and let's see what we have. So fast, slow, and signal. Okay, So this should be pretty simple. So fast MACD, slow MACD, and the last one was signal MACD. All of them are integers, and if I remember it correctly, it was 12, 26, and I'm not sure, 9. Let's check it. 12, 26, and 9. Okay, so we have the initial settings. Okay, so I am making this as an input. So the first reason is so I am able to change the settings later, and the second reason is that when I will be connecting my custom indicator to the expert advisor, it will be nice to demonstrate that also with some inputs. Okay, so I can click on next, and I won't be visualizing anything. Okay, so I can click on finish. So this is it. Now there's one major difference in custom indicators that are meant to work as signal sources, because if you think about it, when you want to use an indicator as a signal source, you don't need to calculate like the indicator values for the history, if that makes sense. Because if you remember correctly, each time that we have created our custom indicator, we looped through all of the available data in history, and then we calculated the indicator values for those data points in the history. And that's why basically indicators look like this. Okay, so we calculate all of the values for the history. But when we want to use a custom indicator as a signal source, we only are focused on the present. So that's why I won't be creating a for loop, and instead of I can type right here. Okay, so this is just something you can keep in mind. Of course, you can loop through all of the data, calculate it for the past data, and then you can do it, but I don't see a reason why. So let's continue. Of course, this is the simple stuff. So when we are working with the indicators, we need indicator handles. So ADX handle and MACD handle. So these are our two handles. And then let's assign an indicators to each of these handles. So ADX is ADX for current symbol, current period, and ADX period as the input. And then MACD handle is the same thing, so MACD, symbol, period, and now it asks us for those input variables that we have defined. So fast MACD, slow MACD, and signal MACD is right here, and then price close. Okay, so this is what we need. Then we can move right here, and we need to create two arrays which will store the indicators values. So the first one is going to be ADX array, and the second one is going to be MACD array. Okay, so this is still very simple, and yeah, let's move on. So right here on this onCalculate function, I will just call the copy buffer function in order to retrieve the indicator data. So first I will do it for ADX handle 0, 0, and I only need 1. And yeah, I see that I have an issue, or not an issue. Yeah, since I want to compare which of these two lines is higher, I will need two arrays. So ADX bool array, okay, and I also need an array for the bar array, okay. So then I need to compare two of these. And now I am not sure which buffer number goes with which line, but I think that the buffer number of 1, so 0, here is our buffer number of 1, is linked to the ADX bool array. Okay, I think this is the case, but we will check it later. And then I will also copy this line. So now I want to use the buffer of number 2, which will give me a value for the pair array, or for this line for the downtrend. Okay, so this should be working fine. And then of course I need my MACD. So yeah, copy buffer, MACD, handle, and now buffer number. I think it's buffer number 1, because with MACD you have 2 buffers. One is for like this line, and the second one is for the histogram. So this is up to you which you want to use, whether you want to use like this line. So for example, for the line the crossover happens right here, or if you want to use the histogram, and in that case the crossover happens at this point. Okay, so that's up to you. I will use the histogram. So starting position 0 and count is 2, because I need 2 last values to spot like the crossover between positive and negative. And then I just need to paste this MACD array right here, and this is everything I need. So now what I have to do is that I have to create my signals. So I will do it in one line, so boolean, or let's do it integer, because later in the code I will need an integer, and let's call it by signal, and let's assign its value. So for the by signal there are a few conditions that we have to meet in order to generate the signal. The first one is to have a bullish trend. Okay, so let's do it. So for the trend condition, we need to check whether ADX bool array at position 0 is larger than ADX bear array at position 0. Okay, so this is our first condition. And then the second condition is to check the MACD array, and let's say something like MACD array at position 1 is higher than 0, and MACD array at position 0 is lower than 0. And this condition right here checks whether the MACD went from negative to positive, and that's what we want to see. So yeah, this is our by signal, and if this happens, then we want to assign value of 1, and yeah, and if it doesn't happen, let's assign value of 0. So this is it. And then we can do the same thing for the sell signal, and it will be very simple. I will just change these signs here, and let's assign value of 2. Okay, so this is it, I think. Okay, so now we have generated our signals, and the next step is like, how are we going to inform the expert advisor that we have our buy or sell signal? And we can do it by creating a buffer. Okay, so if we talk about it a bit more, you can see that when I have used the indicators, I've used this copy buffer function. And okay, I made a mistake here. I should have created a signal buffer for us, but I will create it in a bit. but let's focus on the main part, and that is that when you are working with the indicators, when you want to access the indicators value, which I am doing right here, then I have to paste this buffer number, okay? And it basically the buffers in the indicators basically store different values. And yeah, we can determine which buffer stores which values, but it's used in this way. And then what you can do is to assign a single buffer for a signal. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'll go back here, and I don't remember this part too well because I haven't used this in a while, but let's see if I can put it together. So indicator buffers, okay, so here I specify how many buffers, and I want one buffer. And then let's also specify indicator plot set to 0. So yeah, this is a good start. Now I think I can, okay, I will try to do something here, and let's see if it works. So I think that right now I can create my signal buffer, okay, which is an array, and then on init function I can say something like set index buffer with the buffer number, which is 0, array, which is signal buffer, and indicator data. Okay, so this should work. So I have created my signal buffer in which I will store the signals. Here are the signals, and then I will try to use that buffer with the copy buffer function in my expert advisor in order to get these signals. I hope this makes sense. If not, I am sorry. So let's move on. So now what I have to do is to assign a value to this signal buffer, and it's going to be very simple. I will just change this to Boolean, also to Boolean, so this will return true or false. And then what I will do is that I will check these conditions. So if by signal, I will assign value of 1 to the signal buffer. If there's no by signal, I will check the cell signal, and if there's a cell signal, I will assign a value of 2. And if there's neither by or cell signal, I will assign value of 0. Okay, so I think this should work. I'll just have to paste this rates total. Okay, so let's see if this works. And then what I will do is that I will print the signal buffer at rates total. Okay, let's see if this works. It might work, it might not work, but I hope it works. So I will go here, I will go to the strategy tester. I will find my, okay, so this is, so this is the indicator tester, and I will go to the YouTube folder and find the EA source. Okay, so let's see if anything happens. So I'll click on start, and basically what I want to see is that in this journal we have an issue of this, okay, 61. Okay, so what happens is that, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So basically what I wanted to do is that I wanted to use this buffer. I thought that it was possible to just like specify number of the buffers and then use it, but no, you have to like specify which buffer is for what. And this is the part that I don't remember. So what I will do, I will just open any other indicator I have. Okay, so no, this won't be it. I just need to find the syntax that I will be using. And okay, so what about this? So yeah, this is what I need. So I will just copy it here. I will close this. And yeah, so this is like part of code where you specify which buffer is for what. Okay, and since this is the signal buffer, I will change the label to signal, and let's check the other things as well. So indicator type. So here you have indicator types, and since this is just for the signal, so I don't want to create anything on my chart. And since I don't want to create anything on my chart, I can delete these things. And if I'll compile it, it should work. Let's check it. Okay, I am still receiving an error. So let's check why. Let's change this indicator plots to 1. Let's see if there's going to be, okay. Oh, I think that I know where's the issue. It's going to be rates total minus 1. So if I'll compile it and run it, I am not receiving an error. Okay, so this is great. And I just want to check whether I was right or not. So I will comment this out, and let's see if I can get away only with using this line. So I can. Okay, it seems like I can. Okay. Okay, so now the question is, can this generate signals or not? It seems like, yeah, so I will leave this here, and let's find out whether this works or not. So what I will do is that if signal buffer at the rate total minus 1, so the most recent, is different from 0, so I have either buy or sell, I want to print that signal. So let's check it. And yes, this should work. Perfect. So here you can see that I'm receiving some buy signals, here are some sell signals, and the thing, like, yeah, why I am receiving so many signals is that I'm not sure why, but we can find out. So also a thing that you can do is that you can print this out and also create an object for it. So signal, and by doing this you can check like where you are receiving the signals and whether they are okay or not. So I will use this like down arrow, but it doesn't matter, and I will use time current, okay, because it's happening in the current time, and price is going to be, I don't know, at close price, something like this. Okay, so this should work. So let's go back and let's test it out. So here you can see the signals that I am receiving, which doesn't look that bad. Okay, I can't like check with the actual indicators because I can't see them here, but from what I can see, this doesn't look so bad. Okay, so this is for the indicator part. I will delete this, and yeah, so this wasn't that fast as I would have hoped for, but that's like, if you check it, there's not much of code in here, but I did a lot of explaining. Yeah, so that's it. So now let's get to the main stuff, and that is connecting the indicator with an expert. Okay, So YouTube folder is here. I will create a new file called EA source EA custom indicator. It doesn't matter. Yes, so this is what I need. So about the inputs. If you remember, I've used inputs in the custom indicator, and therefore I need the same inputs also in my expert advisor. So let's do it. So ADX period, but then there is fast MACD, slow MACD, and signal. So slow and signal, all of them integers, 200, 12, 26, and 9. Okay, so this is what I need. And yeah, so now the crucial part is importing, or yeah, basically importing the custom indicator into the expert advisor. So I think it's done like this. I am not 100% sure, but we will find out. So you type a resource, and then you use this double slash, and then you type like the path to your custom indicator. So in my case, it was under indicators, YouTube, and then EA source. And now I'm not sure if the extension is MQ5. Let's find out. If I compile it, I have an issue here, so maybe EX5. Let's find out, and now it works. Okay, so the extension is EX5. So yeah, this is my path to the indicator. Yours will be a little bit different. So yeah, but it's not difficult to find the right path. So this is what I need to do. Then I need to create my custom handle, okay? Because I'm using a custom indicator, and it's still an indicator, therefore the handle. And then on the init function, I need to load my custom indicator to the custom handle, which can be by using the I custom function. So the first parameter is the symbol name. So that's simple. It's symbol. Then there's the period, and then the indicator name, and the rest is up to us. So in here, what you have to do is to start like this, and then just type your path as you did right here. So indicators, YouTube, EA source.ex5. Okay, and then the next parameters, you have to input all of the parameters that your custom indicator requires. And in my case, these are the parameters. So the first one is ADX period, then is fast MACD, then there's slow MACD, and as the last one is signal MACD. Okay, so now this should work. So I will go down here on my onTick function, and right above the onTick function, I will create my custom or signals array. Okay, so this is the same approach. I will use the copy buffer, custom handle, and now the buffer number. The buffer number is linked to this number right here in your custom indicator. So for example, what you can do in your custom indicators is that your custom indicator can have multiple signals or multiple values you want to access, and therefore you have to create multiple buffers, and for each of the buffer you have to assign a different number, and then you have to remember the right number and use it right here. So in this case, it's buffer number 0. Starting position is 0, count is 1, and I want to store the signal into signal array. Okay, and now let's do the simple stuff. So basically, what I need to do is that I need ask price, for opening positions, so symbol ask. I need also a bid price, so symbol info double for symbol and symbol bid price. And then I also need to include the trade class for opening positions, so like this. And then what I need to do is that if positions total is equal to 0, so I just want to have one open position at a time, so this is my first condition. And then I can do a nested if else statement. So if signal array position 0 is equal to 1, so value of 1 was like linked to a buy position, I will open a buy position. So yeah, volume, symbol, price is ask price, stop loss, now it doesn't really matter, so I will go like with 500 points, 100 points, so risk reward 1 to 5, and I will comment this as a buy. And then I can do exactly the same thing for the sell signal. So if signal is equal to 2, then I will just change the bid plus, bid minus, and I will change this to sell. Okay, so, and of course sell position. So now this should be linked and it should be working. So let's check it out. So I will go here, I will change this to the expert advisor tester. I will find my YouTube folder, and this was called EA custom indicator. So yeah, so that's what I need. I will enable visual mode and I can start. So let's see what happens. First thing which is great is that I don't receive any errors, and I am opening positions, which is great. So I'll just slow this down a bit. So I open position, and I'm opening some positions. Based on this, I can't say whether it works as I want it to or not. But what I can do is that I will disable this visual mode, and I will also close that chart. And after I have completed my test, I can see a chart like this. And then what I can do is that I can insert the indicators that I've used, and I will check whether the signals match or not. And yeah, so this is the first issue I found, and that is, as I've talked before about this, it's like one buffer is for this line, the second buffer is for this histogram. So right now I am receiving signals for the line, which I think is not that of an issue. You just change the buffer number and you get this histogram. But basically this works as I wanted to it work, because this pink line is above this yellow greenish line, so we are in a sell market, and then this is the type of stuff that I like to see. And for buy position also, it's not that clear here, but yeah, we have our trend confirmation right here, and then we open a position at this crossover. So yeah, the same thing here, and yeah. So this works really well. But if you check the graph, this is not profitable because no testing was or no optimization was done on this. And yeah, so if I want to change, or if I want to optimize this EA, I can do so. And I can do so by optimizing these parameters, okay? So if I want to do something very simple like 20, step of 20, and let's go to 500, fast MACD from 8 to 20, let's go 15 to, I don't know, 40, and 5 to to 15, something like this. And if I click on start, you can see the optimization that is done right here. So it's a good thing that you can optimize your expert advisors even when using the custom indicators. Okay, so that's a very positive thing. Okay, so I guess that the optimization is not that important because we are not looking for a profitable settings, but you can optimize your EAs with custom indicators. And what I want you to show you also is that how you can use different buffers. So here I used only one buffer, and that is for the signal. But what you can also do is that you can change this buffers number to 2, and then you create your new buffer. Or firstly you have to change the label, so let's call it the message. Okay, and then what I can do is that I can create a message buffer. Okay, so this is just for the purpose of showing you how to work with multiple buffers. Message buffer. Okay, so this looks okay, and then what I can do is that I can assign some random -1, and let's call it something like I don't know. Let's just assign some random number 1, 2, 3. Okay, and so this doesn't make any sense. I just want to show you how to access this specific buffer in your EA. So I've compiled this, then I go back here, and what I can do is that I can create another array. This is the message array, and then what I can do is that I will copy this, and here I will change 2 things. The first one is the message array, and the second one is this buffer number. So I will change this from 0 to 1. So if you check it here, you can see that I've also changed that I've assigned a buffer number of 1 to this message buffer. And then what I can do is that I will comment out the message array position 0. So let's see if we can retrieve 2 types of data at once. So if I click on single, I want to use visual mode, and click on start, you can see that for some reason I'm not receiving the data. So let's see where's the issue. Message buffer, index buffer. Okay, maybe this message array. Okay, so this should be okay. Okay, one more time. Okay, for some reason I am not receiving the right values, so this is not nice to see, but yeah, I think it doesn't make that much of a difference. Just check here, message draw none, message buffer. Okay, so I'm not sure where the error is in here, but there's somewhere and I can't find it. Message custom handle, but it doesn't matter right now. Okay, so this is all for this video. I hope it was nice to see how to connect custom indicators to your expert advisors. And yeah, this is it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.